suspected terrorists have launched fresh attack in the Kadangband area of Manipur's Imphal West district. The terrorists from their hill positions in Kangpokpi district have fired several rounds from the sophisticated arms and hurled the bombs at the low-lying Kadangband area in the Imphal West district. Village volunteers have deployed the area, returned the fire, even as additional security forces were rushed to the area to control the situation. No injuries were reported in the firing accident. The attack forced several villagers living in the Kacha homes to flee to the safer places. Kadangband area has witnessed several attacks by the suspected terrorists since violence broke out in the state in May 2023. Now, Nibir, my colleague, is joining me live on the broadcast. Now, Nibir, as the breaking update that we are tracking very closely gives out the information that additional security forces have rushed to the area by this breakthrough, in fact, by the terrorists who have fired several rounds and hurled the bombs in the Kadangband area. What actually promulgated this kind of an attack, and that could have also been once again at the center of increasing and igniting more tensions and violence in the area?
Well, these areas are very vulnerable, as you know, and that is the reason that we have seen that repeated attacks have happened in these areas. These are peripheral areas between the hills and the valley, and the security concern is very high there. And as such, the Kadangband area, which we have talked about, is in the foothills of the hills and the valley area. And we have seen time and again that armed miscreants have particularly exploited that area to attack. And that is the reason the challenges are very high. And we have seen, again, yet another firing incident happening in Manipur. Although the incidents have subsided in the last 4 months or so, but time and again we see these kind of incidents. And as the Chief Minister has also pointed this out, that in the year 2024, these kind of incidents have led to a form of regret by the Manipur government, and they are optimistic that in the 2025 year, they will deploy more and more security forces and also instill confidence between the communities so that these kind of incidents of firing can be stopped in the state.
Well, absolutely. In fact, now Nibir joins me more for the details. I also have Major Mohammad Ali Shah, who's there with me on the broadcast. Now, Mr. Shah, as we are also looking at the details that are coming at this point of time, as the unrest continues, and you in fact very particularly pointed out in the kind of incidents that have been growing over since the May 2023 ethnic clashes broke out. But this is the suspected terrorist attacks that have been now monitored in the Kadangband area of Manipur's Imphal West district. So when we are talking about Chief Minister coming and saying that he apologizes for the state and for the deterioration in the state leading to such large scale violence and the ethnic clashes, what we often also should take in consideration at this point, because of the breaking updates that we are also tracking, that there are the terrorist movements that also need to be controlled from the center. Manipur is not just a state where, in fact, the state governments can all by itself and all by the means can control this kind of large violence. But as we are also speaking about the incidents that are growing by the day, terrorist movements has been increasing. There have been additional security forces that have to be roped in, but no control has now been also maintained. Even everybody is aware that the situation is only worsening.
Absolutely. You know, see, we have the Manipur Chief Minister, Mr. N. Brain Singh, in fact, on formerly Twitter, now X, he mentioned about the past sins of the previous government, of the Congress government. So I think right now, it's not about past, it's not about Congress or BJP, it's not about anything political, it's about the current situation. We need to handle the current situation, we need to take responsibility, we need to come forward and say, okay, now we will somehow, by hook or by crook, bring in peace. Because if we don't bring in peace, if we keep on blaming what happened in the past, the Burmese camp or whatever, however it is only the foreign countries, the foreign powers who are just waiting with a hawk's eye to take advantage of a weak spot in India. They will take advantage and we would be feeding them indirectly. So it's about time we should actually come forward and say that, okay, Now, whatever would have happened, good decision, bad decision, whatever. How is it that we can do right now? Whenever there is a conflict in a conflict zone, like they are in a conflict zone, the reporters, I spoke with journalists, it's not very clear about it happened, but it was very, very sad. Whether it was targeted attack or not, I don't know. I cannot comment on that. I wasn't there on the ground. But yes, similarly, again, whenever there is an attack in a conflict zone, it is very, very important to understand the problem. They are interlocutors. Always, there are interlocutors. We had interlocutor during the 2019-20 Shaheen Bagh protest. There was an interlocutor from there. Whenever there's a conflict zone, they are interlocutors. Right now, I will tell you, I was on Twitter space from people from Manipur. In fact, from both the communities, they invite me because I've got very good terms with the Maitis also, with Kukis also. I've got very, very good friends. And I speak what is the truth. I give balanced, rational views. I don't side with anyone. And I will talk about how we can get both the communities together. I want to ask them, okay, have you guys met the interlocutor? What they told me was, sir, the Sioux groups are meeting a different interlocutor, the Kukis are meeting a different interlocutor, we are meeting a different interlocutor. We don't know officially, formally, who the interlocutor is. So I don't know. I mean, it's very important for, even I don't know. Okay, they could be. I'm perceiving someone to be. There has to be a common interlocutor who has good terms with them and get them on the table to talk for a dialogue, because the dialogue is the only way forward. There would be demands by the Kukis that separate administration is the only solution, they say. The Maitis say, no, we will not let Manipur fragment. We will not let it break. We will not. So there is a mistrust in Manipur. There is, the Kukis have lost faith in the state police force. The Maitis have lost faith in the Assam Rifles. And hence, to defend themselves, they make those bunkers, which are the civilian bunkers, which people say illegal bunkers, now to protect themselves. Now, the security forces, they broke the bunkers and fine. It's okay, fine. They want to defend themselves. They have lost faith in the forces, I told you, from both sides. So they have village volunteers. Now, village volunteers is very, very difficult to actually identify who is a village volunteer, who could be an insurgent, who could be a militant, who could be a terrorist. Because a civilian with a weapon, normally as a security force, as a security person, I would look at a civilian with a weapon as a militant. In fact, in Jammu, I would not wait for the militant to fire upon me. So, there was sometime back, there was close to almost 3 weeks back, there was about 10-11 Kukis were shot by the CRPF, and there was a lot of debate about what happened. Was it, some people were saying all kind of things, there were all kinds of stories that came about. Now the very fact is, we have to have faith, we have to build trust. And how does the trust come up? Trust doesn't come up by saying, okay, guys, trust me, I'm here, I'm your well-wisher, I'm here for you. Actions speak louder than words. When I win over someone's trust, when I win over people's hearts and minds, they'll automatically begin to start having faith and confidence and trust in me.
All right.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.